Hello friends, it is Wednesday, June 6th. It has been a week since I have uploaded anything. My name is Leslie, and this is Leslie's Cancer Confessions, where I share with you my journey and travels and everything that happens to me and the life that I'm living with metastatic breast cancer. A week ago on Friday, I went and I had this lump that grew around the port area. I had a port installed 7 years ago, and they removed it halfway through, changing it from a double lumen, meaning it had 2 access points, to a single lumen. And I had that port for 4 years, and it became inaccessible. Its only purpose was for them to flush it. They could no longer draw blood or access it to administer chemotherapy or administer any medication or treatments through it all. So they had to remove it, but prior to removing it, I suddenly grew a really swollen red lump that felt very cystic and uncomfortable. And when I went in to have my port removed, they were aware of it but left it in. So since I have moved from Chicago to Tennessee, I contacted a surgeon here, and they removed it on Wednesday. I will try to insert some images here of what the growth looked like. Can you hear my dogs in the house? They hear the mailman. That's cute. So if we can just talk over them. So they removed the growth, and I thought it would be round and marble-like, but instead it was round and marble-like on top, but then it grew along the track where the port, the track they created to lay the port, and it was this long. It was like a long, jagged dinosaur tooth. That has left me feeling really, really sore, much more sore from removing that than removing the port left me. So that has been taken care of. And other health news, if you've been following me for a while, or even just the last little while, you know that part of my metastatic breast cancer is in my lungs, and that is double pleural effusions. What that means is that there's a skin on the outside of your lungs, and between that skin and the actual lung, I've created a pocket in my body that fills with fluid. Now, initially, upon diagnosis, that fluid was all cancer cells, but no longer the case. It just continues to fill up with fluid. They go in with a needle, and they do what is called a thoracentesis, and they drain that fluid in the hopes that the lining will reattach to the lung and heal. But because I have cancer, I'm not healing properly, and for the course of my 7 years of being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer and having the double pleural effusions, I've had 10 thoracentesis, which is the removing of fluid. 7 of them have been on the right side, and 3 of them have been on the left. And it had gotten to the point where I just said, rather than have monthly or quarterly thoracentesis performed, I will just live with fluid in my lungs until I'm uncomfortable and can no longer do it and have to have the procedure. Now, there is a secondary procedure beyond thoracentesis called pleurodesis, which is where when they remove the fluid, they take talc and they puff that into your lung to try to rough up the surface between the lining and the lung to cause them to like super glue together and heal. And after a lot of years being told, the removal of fluid will take care of the situation, realizing that it's been going on a decade of it not taking care of the problem, I have insisted that the procedure of pleurodesis be done. Now, they can only do that to one side at a time. Reason being, when you do the thoracentesis and you remove the fluid, it sometimes causes your lung to collapse, and they can't do that to both lungs. You need to do one side at a time and allow your lung to reinflate, and then maybe a few days or a week or a month or whatever time in the future later, you can do the second lung. So I have made an appointment with a radiological surgeon. It's hard to pronounce, and I'm still having difficulty forming words since my stroke. So a surgical radiologist will be performing the pleurodesis. Now, you don't just go into them, you set an appointment. They will probably do an x-ray to determine the amount of fluid, to know what things they need to do the procedure. So I will be seeing this surgeon next week on Wednesday, and then at that point I will know when I'm going to have the procedure to correct and fix the lining and reattach it to my lung. And I am really hoping that after 7 years of having difficulty breathing, just even right now, I'm having difficulty breathing because my lungs are very full. I am hoping that this will give me greater breathing capacity, which will increase my energy and just overall make me feel better in general. So those are the health updates. In addition to that, a side note, on Mother's Day this year, I did something that I've been wanting to do for a while. And since we're here in Tennessee and there are so many very well-known tattoo artists, I decided to go ahead and get a tattoo that I've been thinking of for quite a while. And it was, I want to say it was spontaneous, but excuse the horn, since it's been something in my mind for a while, I thought I would go ahead and get it. And that is this. And I don't know if you can see that, but it is the word anomaly, which is just a word that is used in my chart to explain the fact that I have lived beyond my prognosis of 1 to 3 years. When you live beyond the amount of time that the oncologists determine is a standard prognosis for metastatic breast cancer, they begin to call you an outlier or an anomaly. And so I am an anomaly. In addition to that, there is a dandelion in watercolors with 3 little seeds. And the dandelion is because of my friend Jen, who passed away slightly over a year ago today. She went and she got a dandelion, and it seemed only fitting that I get one to remember her. Now, the 3 seeds are for my husband, my son, and my daughter. Excuse me while I choke up a little, because they're part of me, and they're adrift in this constant battle that cancer has created. There is a line from a movie where a girl who has cancer talks about how she feels like she's a grenade waiting to explode, and she doesn't know who she's going to hit or affect with her cancer. And a dandelion's a lot like that too, because when you blow it, you don't know where the seeds go. So I just wanted to share that. I really love this. I love the watercolor effect, and the young man who did my tattoo really listened to my story and did a tremendous job. I love it. So that is pretty much all I have to say today. I'm sorry for the tears. I'm feeling very emotional today. I just wanted to share what was going on health-wise, and hopefully things are going to improve with that thoracentesis and pleurodesis being done, and I will just begin to feel better and better. So thank you so much for stopping by. If the information I provided in this video has helped you at all, please give this a thumbs up. Like, follow, or subscribe if you haven't already. And if you know someone who needs this information, please feel free to share this video with them. Thank you for stopping by. Take care now. Bye.